Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Going to do a little live stream here. Going to do another live stream. It's Saturday. And just going to do a few things on my desk here. Get a few things caught up. It's going to be a live video, so there will be some chat going on. Hi, Joan. And if you're watching this at a later time, you can zip through it if you need to. Go ahead and zip through. We're going to play. We're going to play on this, and I think we might do some stamping. Might do some. Hi, Christy. Might do a little. Hi, Terry. Happy Saturday. It is so beautiful outside. I should be outside. I should. Just going to wait a few seconds, a few minutes here for some people to get into the room. Give everybody a chance to come in as I sort of straighten up a little bit. How's everybody doing? Hi, Sharon. I'm getting ready I've got you on my list, Sharon. I'm going to make you a 9-pocket, and I'll send it to you as soon as I get her done. I'm going to do a new page, so I'll have to think of something to do first. So I got you on my to-do list. I was showing my ACTs off yesterday, and talking about 9-pocket letters, and so maybe I'll demo it and show you all how I like to do them. But today I was going to put a couple of pages in my mermaid book. I did these up yesterday. They're napkins. Okay, Sharon. Well, I'll mail you mine, and then you can mail one, or you can go ahead and start making it. I'm gonna start making yours this week. I've got. I want to do a new page for you. I use a coloring page, and I cut it up into 9 cards, and it maps out to be this like a puzzle on the baseball card sheet. And I have seen these pocket letters where you can just tri-fold it, and they fit. If you don't make it too bulky, they will fit inside a standard envelope. If you don't make it too heavy or too fat. No, I haven't, but I will get it out, and we'll do a page on it. Okay. I have it. It's not too far away. I want to get one thing out over here. Well, I just might as well bring the whole drawer. The whole drawer. I got a drawer of stamps over here I wanted to show you. And I think that little Home Depot flyer is close at hand. Where did I put it? I put it so I wouldn't forget it. It's going to be cute too, because it trifolds. I cleaned off my desk the other day and can't find a thing. Hi, Lori. Hi, Mina. Hi, Holly. Hi, guys. I'm just getting organized. Now, if I was a folder, where would I be? Where would I be if I was a folder? Because I thought I had it. I thought I had it real close. I know what you're talking about. I put it so I wouldn't forget it. I don't know where it is just this minute. Thanks, Terry. Hi, Gaily. Hello, everybody. Anyway, I was just watching a video. I didn't even finish the video. I got halfway through a documentary, and it was on these. It was on Alice in Wonderland. And I have this sheet, this red sheet, and it has all of the stamps on here. And I guess when you get a sheet like this, you cut them apart and put them on your own blocks. But I just inked the whole thing. So I thought I would show you how to do that today. And this is one of the drawers I have of some ink stamps. I swear, there's just so many of them. I don't have enough time in the day to do them all. This one is a really cool one. It's got these two old guys, and it looked like, I don't know, I thought maybe it might be the Wright brothers or something. The way they're dressed. And here's a 205 tag and a sweet pea. There's sweet pea. Sweet pea. And then there's I don't know what that's all about. Those who look for beauty find it. Happy holidays, a tree with music, 72. It's a simple joys, the simple pleasures, the heart remembers and dearly treasures. And some letter writing on an old letter. But you can tell I haven't used it a whole lot. And this one's cool. This one's got parts, wings. It's a wing set. Hi, Violet. And this reminds me of you, Sharon. You did you like butterflies, and I was watching. Oh, I saw something on your web page. I was over on your web page or your Facebook page, Sharon, and I was watching all those little movies, the dog movies that were funny. They were just funny. But there was a butterfly on your Facebook page that reminded me of these wings. But these are cool. And it's been cut apart. Some of the wings are gone. In this set, but they might be down in here. Oh, I got two wing sets. Oh my heavens. I don't understand this. Wow. This is a different stamp in here. It's got wings on it, but it's got a domino. There's a domino. It hasn't never been used. There's no black on it. A body, a model of a doll, an arm, a foot, It's got a pair of glasses. Here's the other foot. There's a thimble right there. It's like a thimble. And a bird cage. That's different. And then there's this set, and it's all there. There's no way I can use all these. Hi, everybody coming in. Okay. This has got a nice amount of stamps. And they're on the sheet. They haven't been cut apart. I forgot I had all of these. That one's cute. Silence makes the real conversations between friends. Keep true to the dreams of your youth. And a swing set. A joyful spirit is evidence of a grateful heart. He's cute. That's somebody's grandson right there. But anyway, these stamps are really cool. I thought I would do some deli print. And this one's cute. I use this clock all the time. It's over in the other drawer. But these little stamps are jelly stamps, and they are just stuck onto a plastic sheet, and they peel off. So you can just peel them off, use them, and put them back if you want. And I've got several of these blocks. I've got several of these acrylic blocks to put these sticky ones. They've got sticky backs to them for a while. And this one's just words, a whole bunch of words. They're small though. Like if you're doing cards, these would come in handy. And you can tell the ones I use a lot are in my other drawer over here because I use these a lot. And I use the I love you a lot and the little designs. But I haven't really done a lot of card making. This one says, happy 29th birthday from your 110-pound friend. It was just in the stash. I've never used it. These were all in the box. Now I bought this set and I like it. It's a sewing set. And I've used it quite a bit on things. It's got a lot of notions. It's got the needle and thread, the thimble, you are sorry, special, stitched together with love. Friendship is immeasurable, and it's got measuring tape and scissors, and it's got the bust of the sewing frame, and it's got an old-fashioned sewing machine right there. And I use this flower all the time and this flower all the time. So they're in another drawer over there. Look, it's even got a safety pin and a button. Now see, if I have to add a safety pin instead of adding the real one, I could do a stamp. But I bought that one. But all of these other stamps came with this. Came with the drawer when I bought the drawer. I've never used these, but these are. It's called the Lost Coast Design. It's like South America. I think that's a picture of the islands in South America. I bet you these are Maya Indians, if I had to guess. I've studied the Mayas a little bit, but I've never used this stamp set. And then I've got a couple that's, this is a Native American. It looks like a dream catcher. And then this one, it's like, this is a Ouija board. And this looks like Oriental or something. Oriental, maybe. It looks like a garden, maybe a bird. Trying to get it to focus. I'll have to stamp with them. And then there's a couple little ones here. There's a star. I think that's a symbol of something. And then a face mask. They were just in the bottom of the drawer. I showed you this one. This one here is a tree. It's called Impressions. Called Branches. And I'm going to open it and show it to you. Hi guys, hi Stinkbait. This one has it's nothing but trees and branches. It's never been used. It might have been used. It may have been used. But it's nothing but tree branches. And all you see is the branches behind this box. And then it talks about it. So, how's everybody doing? There's 13 of you in here already. Patrick, Gilly, Terry, Holly, Violet, Sharon, Mina. Hello, everybody. And Joan and Christy. Hello to everybody I've missed. Hello, hello. Anyway, I wanted to do a little bit of stamping on some deli paper today with you. I wanted to do that. And this is what started it. Alice in Wonderland started it. So I'll do that one too. And what else? And I was talking about 9 pocket letters. You take a baseball card and you put 9 art cards in it. And then on the back of the art cards, you put little treats, little goodies, little snippets. Okay, Mary. I saw your message, Mary, and I'll get back with you on that. I'll think about it. I think I know what I want to do. I think I want to do felting and just do a a beginner felting class and do ornaments. Hi, Mitzi. I have I'll give you a sneak preview of what I can do. Mary's talking about doing a Zoom class, and this is a some kind of a flower vase, and it's clear, and I keep some of my felting things that I've made in it. But being in November, if I do a beginner's felting class, I can do ornaments and things with cookie cutters. And these are all felting with a needle, with the barbed needle. And I can show you how I make all of these little guys. There's a ton of them. So that's what I want to do, Mary. I'm going to be doing a Zoom class with her, with Mary Altier and with Jerry Bellini in November. And hi, Lisa. So I think I would like to do these. I could do this for a couple hours. I can, or however long you want me to do it. Okay. Okay, Mary, I'll catch it. But anyway, that's what I'm thinking about doing. I would love to do a little class on that. I feel confident to teach it and to tell you everything I know about it. Yes, it's very different, and it's very interesting, and it goes with anybody that likes yarn would love the class. So yeah, okay. So anyway, I'm going to go over this 9-pocket thing next week. I'll be talking some more about 9-pocket letters, and that's on my list of things to do for next week. And I did these last night during Mary's stream, and this is a napkin, and I want to glue it into my mermaid book. If I do a little bit on the mermaid book every day, I'll get her done. And but this is the book I've started, and it was a little scholastic book that I got from the library, and I tore out like every other page in it. So there's still quite a few pages, and I'm going to cover these pages with colored paper, and I'm going to glue this one down in here. It's a napkin page. So there'll be a variety of pages in this book that I'm covering. And I just bought another book of paper that is called Poolside Paper. And this Poolside paper is perfect for the mermaid book, and it all coordinates to the colors. Because I'm going to do a lot of watery blue, a lot of blues in the books, and I think I'm going to do I think I'm going to do 4 books. But these are all pretty papers. Poolside, watery, beachy oceans. This is pretty. I love that. That's cute. So that's my goal for the mermaid book. But I like to glue one page down at a time, and then I set it over to dry so that it won't stick together. And I glued the front of this down yesterday, and I made a mistake, and I put the paper down first, and I should have put the paper second. So I will trim this out. This is kind of like a map paper, And I've got some scraps of it, so I think I can repair this. I can fix it. I've got some more paper, so I can make a border and another little border. I can fix that. Put some lace on it or something. And then I'm going to, I can go ahead and glue this down now in the back. So maybe I'll just do that first. So, what's everybody been doing today? Anything fun or interesting or catching up? How is everybody? What's on your table? Have you all been crafting, cleaning? Anything special? Catching up. Me too. Me too. I haven't done a whole lot. Our church is having a barbecue today, and the men's group, the men of the church do the barbecue, and they sell tickets, barbecue chicken, and then they're having a car show at the same time, and the guys that do the old cars at our church are called the crankers, the old crankers. So Joe's over at the church, so I figure he'll be dragging in here in a little bit. He's been gone since 6 o'clock this morning. Oh, laundry and diamond painting. That's good. That's good. I haven't got into diamond painting. I don't know that my eyes would do it very well. And I've carried off my water. I left it in the bathroom. Let me get my water, my brushes. Here's my water caddy. This has been the best little thing I bought for myself a couple years ago. It had 3 little milk bottles with cocoa, different flavors of cocoa in it, and it was a Christmas caddy, and it was like a little milk basket for bottled milk. Well, I took the bottles out and drank the cocoa, and the bottles were tight, had a narrow neck on them, so I couldn't put my water brushes in that bottle. So I just cut off water bottles, and they fit down in here. So I have three things of water, and I put 1 pump of hand soap in it, and it'll suds up. The water will suds up, and it helps washes your brush. But I put all my dirty ones in the first one, then that's the dirtiest water. Then I rinse in the second one and store it in the third one. And of course, you're not supposed to store your brushes upright. So I should take them all out, dry them off, and be a good example, huh? And let's see what Violet's talking about. She wants to, I'm trying to find a video to help me bind a journal. Okay. I can sort of tell you a little bit, Violet. And I just watched one this morning. This guy, I can tell he was Asian descent, but it was just a video of him binding a book without talking. He just showed you how he did it, and it was a sketchbook that he did. So anyway, here's my clean brushes, And I should store them straight up and down in my pencil jar over here. But I'm going to need my glue brush. And I'll leave it in my glue all the time. But this is a neat little setup for your water. If you ever come across anything with a set of 3, you can do, you know, your dirty brushes, your rinse water, and your cleanest water. But sometimes I go in all 3. I'm not consistent. I did a binding once before, and I showed you a simple way to do it with just 3 stitches and 2 signatures in this little book. This was a demo. Do you remember that, Violet? There's lots of videos. There's lots of videos on binding, and the basic, what you're basically doing is you put a couple of holes in your. I was just cleaning a few makeup brushes, but for a different reason. Yeah, I'm going to clean my Crystal's Precious Moments collections in my cabinet. Okay, Lori, she's cleaning. Okay, Violet. You know, and you can also Google on YouTube videos on how to do a simple stitch, a simple pamphlet stitch, and then you can do any size of a book. So, but anyway, I did that not too long ago. But anyway, I'm going to work on my mermaid book while you all chat. Go ahead and chat among yourselves. And I'm going to work on this book for just a little bit. I'll get a couple of pages and then I'll set it over to dry. And then we'll print, we'll do some stamping. We'll do some stamping. I could put this back here. That's what I'll do. This napkin was this collar. This is the same napkin. This is the same napkin. And I had some paper that I think Lisa sent me some spray paper or colored paper for the mermaid book, and I put this napkin on top of it, and it darkened the blues up. The whites in it all turned blue. Isn't that pretty? Look at the difference. Like night and day. Like 2 different napkins. I thought that was neat. Mary's going to the studio. Okay, she's getting in gear. I'm putting her in the mood. She's going to be making something. But I got a lot of mermaid stuff from Becky and Lisa, and Sharon sent me a bunch, and a little bit from Mina. I think it was Mina. Oh, it might not have been Mina. Let me check the name of on the envelope. Who was it that sent me some stuff? It was either Mina or Marianne. It was Marianne. Sorry, Mina. I was giving you credit though. But anyway, a few people have sent me a few mermaid things, and even emailed me some mermaid pictures. So I've got plenty of mermaid things to ocean things to put in my books. And I've put it off long enough. I've collected long enough. It's time to do it. Do I want this way? Time to do it. Get down to business. But anyway, I was watching this documentary on the guy that wrote Alice in Wonderland this morning, and it reminded me of this stamp. So I said, "Oh, I ought to get that out and do some stamps with it." Yep. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, everybody that's come in that I've missed. Yeah, it was Marianne that sent me some things, and I haven't seen her for a little bit. I wonder where she is. What is she doing? Yeah. So anyway, I'm just going to do a few catch-up things this morning, and um, I do have a little piece of wax paper so that the pages don't stick together. Well, right now I'm just gluing a couple pages in this mermaid book, and then I'm going to do some stamping. So I'm just goofing off. Goofing off. What have you been doing, Cheryl? What are you doing? So I don't want to get too quiet. What else can I tell you this morning? What else? Um, I have to go back and listen to Mary's chat from last night. I couldn't stay up any later. I was so tired, and I didn't get to hear Bandit's story, but I'll get to it after a while. There's tons of videos on binding. So, what else? What else? What else? And I think Sharon sent me this. I think it'll be pretty on a page. I might have to do a flip up. Woohoo! Make a secret page. I can do that. Oh, you drew a doodle from a Vera Bradley bag. How neat. And Lisa sent you a link on binding, book binding. Yeah, it is, but I wouldn't be able to tell you which video it was on. Wouldn't have no idea. Well, I fixed that. Now I gotta let it dry. Okay, I'm gonna let this dry. It's easier to do that. And I did do a tag last night. I did another cat tag. I found a feather on my porch this morning. Looked like a redbird feather. I'll put it on something. We have Alpha Gray, Bonnie Bluebell, Cutie Pie Kellyanne, and last night we did Devin. We did him last night. See his little cat necklace? He turned out to be kind of cute. Hi, Sherry. Well, great, Violet. You got me on the big TV. Yeah, yeah. I can watch it in there on my. I got one of those smart TVs. I watch YouTube more than I do regular TV. Yes, uh, I've got several of her Vera Bradley bags. She does a lot of pastels, paisleys, and things. Okay, Violet. Here's a good link for you, Violet. Lisa's put you a good link to watch. Oh yeah, I got this at a yard sale. Yesterday, Joe went to a white elephant sale at the church, and this is a Vera Bradley. I've got to wash it though. The inside is kind of it's a little soiled. I think it's just from hands, I guess. Let's see, where's the tag at? Yep, it's a Vera Bradley, made in China, 100% cotton. Machine wash cool, line dry. Okay, I'll throw it in the sink. But isn't it cute? It's Paisley's. I know it. I could doodle away on this thing. Mary probably already got her eye on it. Doodle, doodle, doodle. But Mary, I love Mary. She goes to those museum places, Smithsonian and stuff, and she gets history doodle things that fascinate me. Doodle's been around a long time. Okay. So I showed you the cat book. And I just happened to have some deli paper. And I bought this deli paper online, I think, a couple years ago. And it's kind of like it's for food. You know, like when you buy a sandwich and they'll make a sandwich and wrap it up in a piece of paper. This is what they use. It's food safe. And it's like wax paper, but there's no wax on it, or there's very little wax. And different companies make different kinds, and they're a dime a dozen. And this particular deli paper, I got it on eBay, and I don't remember how much I paid for it, so I couldn't tell you. But there was 500 sheets in the beginning, and I'm not even halfway through. But it's a good size. It says it's 10 by 10. I could have used these in the Lisa's swapped. I had to cut tissue paper. But this has got a slick side. It's slicky on this side. And then this side is got a little bit of tooth to it. And you'll just have to trust me. But this is the shiny side. And then this is the tooth side. And I'm going to stamp on this side. And I'm going to try Alice in Wonderland first. So that's what I'm going to do. And I was watching a documentary on Alice and the writer, and his last name I think is Carroll, something Carroll. But he, back in the day when he first wrote the book, they were talking about his character and that he wanted the book printed up and he wanted a red binder. So if you ever see an Alice in Wonderland in a red binder, that's the way he wanted it done. He wanted the covers, the jackets to be red. And he was particular on certain things about the book. And in the beginning, I don't think they had the original Mad Hatter party in the book, but it was added on later. And they just talked about all kinds of things. And there was a little girl named that he based Alice on, and I think her name was Mary. And it was just a lot of history on it. It had a lot of history. So anyway, I'm going to do it in cherry since he liked red. And he went into and became a priest. The guy that wrote the book. He was in the order over in England. Very interesting. And he was a bachelor. And there was a river over there where he took all the little girls on a boat ride, a rowboat ride, or on and he told these stories to these girls, and little Mary begged him to write the stories down for her, and he did, and that's how he wrote the book. That's why he wrote the book. Something like that. Very interesting. And Violet, if you need another video on binding a book, I'll do one for you this week. I won't care. I'll help you. But there are tons of videos on them. And I bet you Tanya's even got a video on binding. Well, I've inked this up for a little bit. I hope it's nice and juicy. And my Stampin' Up! Pads are starting to slow down. Slow down. And I do have a brayer that I can just sort of push down instead of patting it so much. I can bray it. Might do a better job. See, Lisa's even done a video on binding. All right, let's see if this did any good. Everybody cross your fingers and your toes. We need all the help we can get. Here it is. It kind of smeared. It moved. It slid a little bit. See the double line here? So it's blurry. The rabbit looks like he's got double ears. He moved a little bit. I pushed too hard, and some of them came out okay though. Well, there's that. We've got some more room over here. I was going to see what these other ones were in the bottom of my bag here. This looks oriental to me, but I want to see what it is. Now, you can take these rubber stamps and put them on pieces of wood, and they probably would do a better job. But if I hold my mouth right, I might do okay. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just pressing instead of rolling on it, because the rolling is what made it kind of slide and make a double. And this just is like a basket, a picnic, maybe some flowers. Looks like a little picnic. It's upside down. I see the bird. Oh my gosh. Here's the birdie. There's a birdie right there. This is the way. Now I see the bird. So it's some kind of a floral, flowery planter type stamp. My computer, sometimes it changes screens on me, and I don't know why. And this is a Ouija board, which is like a game. And then I think this one is it looks like it's got a koi fish on there. Maybe Indian. It's either Indian. Oh, there's a face. I see the face now. Can you see the face? There's a face, and the bird's in her hair like a statue. I see it now. I could not see that before. But that's an eye in her face, and the bird in her hair. It's like a statue, like a garden type. Isn't that crazy? I couldn't see it before. I was blind, but now I see. Yeah, Terry. Let's see what this guy is. I see characters. This looks like a little guy, like a little clown guy or something over here. And then there's a fish. Oh, it's a tire swing. And then there's a little guy in a top hat, like Jiminy Cricket is in the middle. And then there's another character over here on this side, but I can't figure out what it is yet. But they're in a tire swing, and the fish is jumping up, nibbling on Jiminy Cricket's toe. The waters are dripping. It might be a nursery rhyme or something. I have no idea. They were in the bottom of my drawer. Hi, River. We're just playing around. I found some stamps that I haven't used, so we're checking them out. And this is just a mask, a face mask, and this is the star, a star. And I bet this goes with the ones that I thought was Maya Indians. No, they seem to be all there. Never been opened. I did some Maya Indian artwork a week or so ago, and it was laying around over here, but I couldn't tell you where it is right now. It's with that other Home Depot magazine brochure I was working on. They're probably together. They're hiding together. I do have a to-do file. Let's see. It's not in there. That's a good spot for it to be if I ever find it. Here's the other two. Rabbit trail. But I was working on this one. So it's close by. Close by. It's going to pop out at me here in a minute. Hi, Carly. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland. I watched a documentary on it this morning and put me in the mood to use this stamp. This is nice. And this is cool. It's a face. There's one eye's a butterfly and the other eye's right here. And then here's the nose and then the mouth. It's neat. I'm sure there's about 10 million meanings in this face. A lot of meaning. Let's see if I can't get Alice on the other side. No, these stamps, I bought them off of a Let Go website. It was local. It's like Craigslist, and I got a whole bunch of stamps at one time, and a couple years ago, and there were so many of them. I have never used. Some of these are brand new. So I got them at a kind of a yard sale. This girl that was that had these, she was into making cards, and she says, "I'm done. I'm moving on." And so I got all of her old stamps. I lucked out. I think if I had juicier stamps, they would come out a little bit better. Let me find another stamp pad. I use this one, and I use my purple one a lot. So let's see if I can't trade this one out for another one. I don't use the green very often, and I do use the blue one, but it's dark. It shows up. Let's see if it'll work a little bit better. So anyway, I'm just kind of playing around with my stamps today. Some of them. I want to do this one too. I want to try this one. This is a tree branches. But I watched a documentary this morning on my iPad, and it was about the writer of Alice in Wonderland, and I knew I had this stamp, and so it put me in the mood. It inspired me. So here we are. Yes, they are great. There's so many of them. But it was like a thrift store. She had a bunch of them. And I just happened to be the lucky person to get them. And I was lucky. And I don't think this one had ever been used. And it does have a sticky back. It's got some sticky, I can peel this paper off and it's sticky underneath. But if I want to, attach it to a piece of wood or something, I could. But I noticed on a couple of videos, there were some girls taking all of their rubber stamps off of the wood and just putting the rubbers in a shoebox to store them better because they were taking up so much room. So this would be like a background. This is a different cut. I don't think you have to press as hard because everything's real shallow. It's a shallow design on the rubber, and I don't think I have to press that hard to get that. I can't tell which side. leaves a faint background. If you could, yeah, you can see these trees now. And we'll try a second time. See what it does. It's different. It's not very clear, but it makes a mark. It makes a mark. I think I'll store it like this. I do have some, ouch. I got tons of napkins. It might be something I can stamp off on a napkin. Let me try that. We might find a better way of doing it because there's still ink on there. Let's just check it out. I got all these napkins from the napkin exchange. I need to go out to the mailbox and see if I got any today. I'm still waiting on 3 more people. Well, there's some leftovers on there, but it's not real clear. I can see this middle tree right here. It's different. It's different. Let's try something else. Let's get some of these guys out. Here's the picture to this one. And I don't see who it's made by or anything. There's no other who it's from or by. There's no other paper with it. Just this, and it was in a sleeve, you know, one of these type of sleeves. That's all I have, all the info I have. But without cutting them apart, I would put them on like the deli paper, and then I won't have to cut them apart. Yeah, it's a huge stamp. That's green. I think some of these just look better in black ink. I think that's what our eyes are accustomed to seeing, the black and the white. Everybody getting quiet on me. What are y'all doing? Ask me something. Ask me something so I can tell you a story. The brayer was a bad idea because it made it move. So it's better just to press straight down. Now this one, I kind of like it. It had the green underneath, and then I put this turquoise, this blue on top of the green. So it's kind of a blue-green ink. I kind of like it. I can't tell what that one is though. But the shoes come out good, and the two brothers come out good. And the little sweet pea turned out good. And the numbers. I think they turned out good. I need to get me some little stamps to put up here before I have the paper here. Let me find some little guys. I think I'll get the people out. That's my favorite. The people are my favorite. I'm running out of room. Gotta make room. Well, let's see here. I'll put this one over here. We'll get her fixed up. But I'd like to put some right here. Might as well fill the page up. Punching out flowers. Okay. Well, okay. Gailey, take a break. Oh, painting with gouache. Gouache. It's just another form of acrylic paint, is it not? The gouache. I've heard people talking about it. It must be a special blend. Opaque. Okay. Yeah, it's watercolor. So it's not acrylic. Okay. Here's another one. I don't know who it's made by. All I see is this. And you can cut them apart. You can cut all of these apart. And this is like movie theater thingy, strippy things. But you can make your own, buy these sheets and make your own stamps, I guess, is what they're for. Oh, it's re-wettable. I see. Well, good. Violet found what she wanted. Okay. Tyvek. Tyvek. Well, the I'll tell you something about Tyvek. Violet. I can tell you a little bit about Tyvek. If I'm not mistaken, this is a type of Tyvek. This is an envelope. It's one of the paper envelopes from the post office, and it's got it's got fibers in it, fibers in the paper, and it's you can't hardly tear it. And I don't know how big of a piece you need for your book binding, but this is a type of Tyvek. Okay. So depending on how big of a piece you need, if you want, or what color you want it to be, you can use one of these envelopes. And you can recycle the ones that, if you receive any in the mail, you can recycle them and that kind of thing. Okay. Well, for some of the other people who don't know what Tyvek is, it's a type, and I've taken this Tyvek and made beads with them, and they make pretty cool hobo beads. Uh-huh. Okay. And depending on how much you need, if you don't need a very big piece, this is a good option. Seen through is rarely seen into. That's what that says. Seen through is rarely seen into. And it's got a window. It's neat. And I can't picture this guy here. Is it a thumbprint? That little square? I can't tell what it is. Is it an elephant? Oh, you would. Okay, Violet. Okay. You need an 8-inch by 3 inches for a reinforced book spine. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do homemade beads. Shall I put it on my to-do list? I think I've showed some of my beads, homemade beads. I've already showed you some of my homemade beads. Paper beads. Okay. It's on the list. Let's see if I can show you some of my paper beads that I've already done. not there. I'll have to look for them for you. But I've done paper beads and I've done polymer beads too. And of course I've done pottery beads. And I've showed you some of my pottery beads. I'll get them out. I'll hunt for them after a while. Show them next time. And I've done like some hobo bead jewelry where you use the beads and the wire and the fabric beads. Terry wants to do the list. Oh, paper strips for beads. Okay, gotcha. Yeah. We'll do paper beads. Okay. I'll get some out, and I've done the fabric too. The hobo beads are so cute. Anonymous. Okay. Okay. Well, I'll continue to look right now if y'all want to wait on me. I'm sure they're at hand. Let me finish this page up. Definitely do beads. Let me finish these few pages here, and then I'll put my inks up. No problem. It's unanimous. Unanimous. I just love to play. I play in everything. Let's see here. Focus. Do you really? Great minds think alike. All right, one more. Okay. Put some of these back in here. Pack them in for storage. Close this up. I'm looking for the beads next. I did a few of those. Put this up. These rubber stamps are heavy, and I like having them in a sleeve, but I would be afraid the book would be so heavy because they're heavy. I don't think I could put them in a binder. And this is Alice. She was by herself. All right. I think that's it. Okay. I'm looking for the beads. I found the hobo beads. They're not too far off. I think I found them. I just needed to go down one more layer. I was almost there. These are the paper beads. And I made them out of scrapbook paper. This is scrapbook paper. And then I put a little bit of glue and glitter on it to make them shiny. The blue ones are prettier. I like blue. A little bit, just a little glitter on it. And they're not perfect. My beads aren't perfect, but some of them are better than others. These are some of my hobo beads, and I believe these are Tyvek. And you just put a little bit of embroidery thread around the, when you're done, a little bit of glue, and they're just kind of sloppy. I hate to say that word, but they're just hobo-y, and I like the, yeah. I probably just sprinkled a little glitter down and rolled it. I don't think so. I think I shook glitter on it. I've got my glitters in a salt shaker. Um, you could even do um, like this type of glitter glue, and use it on the outside of your bead for shiny too. There's 6 of one and half a dozen of another. And oh, how much you paid for your strips of paper? Okay. Um, but the strips, you can cut your own strips if you have a ruler. And these are just little. I think it was just I might have made that one with a magic marker, made the design, and then rolled it. Different colors of wrapping paper do different things. Magazines. And these two here these are wrapping paper. Different colors of wrapping paper. These two are the same. And pastels. But you just do a triangle, a long triangle. And these down here, this one looks like a magazine. This was some scrapbook paper. Small prints are pretty. This was newspaper ads, and I used all the pink and purple to make those. This one's scrapbook paper. These back here look like magazines. These look like some magic markers. I might have used magic markers and made those on white cardstock. But all of these are paper, and these look like Tyvek. They look like Tyvek. We did these with a candle because the Tyvek melts, and I'd have to look it up on another video to see how I did it. It's been so long ago, but these are melted, and you can sort of see those charred. I put it over a candle with the tweezers and melted it, and you can see where the Tyvek melted. And it wasn't my favorite, but I do like some of these beads. And I've also seen where they've used Walmart bags and you roll them up and make a bead and melt it and melt the plastic bag. I've seen girls do it, and they use a candle. And I think these are Tyvek. And they're real hobo-y looking. And I wanted to show you this here. These are what I call my fabric hobo beads. And they're mixed. They're on a wire. And I connected those with wire. I can show you how to do these too. These are fun, and they're whimsical. And you just make you just use wire, floral wire, and I get it in the floral section at any of the craft shops, and you can get it in green or silver. And this is like floral wire. And I also have it in silver. And the wire, you make the beads using straws, and you wrap your fabric around the straw, and then you glue it, and you add threads, and then when you wrap it on the wire, you put another strand of wire and put small seed beads on the wire and wrap it all around, intertwine it, and put bells and charms on it. And there's homemade pottery beads. That's a pottery bead right there. And then you just twist it to make it swirl, and then you can wear this as a bracelet if you want, and it's just made out of wire. It's a hobo bracelet. It's just a hobo. It's homemade, it's gypsy looking and whimsical. Here's another one I made in shades of pink and blue. The fabric was probably put on a straw, and then the straw on the wire, along with the other little seed beads, a mixture of beads, pottery beads, and then another outside wire stringing the seed beads around the outside of it, twisting it. And these are cute for to put on your keys. I usually carry beads on my car keys. I love them. Cheryl's using the kitty cat napkin. Okay. I know. I love all the colors. And I love putting little tiny bells on them and stuff. Notions. And it's random, very random. And let's see. Here's a green one, and green and orange. And I get old jewelry, and this is fun to do with old jewelry, vintage jewelry. And this little bead right here is a seed. It's kind of a green shade. He's green, and it's a seed. And it came off of an old necklace that I found at the flea market. So, I mean, I'm the only one that knows this, nobody else would know it. But I know that it's got old whimsical beads on it. And there's another one down here. And it's a seed. It came off of an old necklace, and it was in a shade of green. but there's a hobo bead in the middle, or fabric bead. And you just sit and string and wrap and leave the threads, leave the threads, and as trim as you would like. But we can make fabric beads. I love to do that. And see, this one's got, I tied the bead on. I took the end of the fabric and I cut it in a V, and I tied it in a knot and left the knot hanging off the bead so it's raggedy like. And this would be a good one for a keychain. And it's bendable. You can bend it. It's still bendable. Hi, Vicky. We're playing with my beads. And I've shown them that how I made paper beads and hobo beads. Some of my junk. This is some of my junkiest junk. So, yeah. And then here's some more beads. And these are paper beads. And they're decoupaged. And I put it on the wire, and then I put beads at each end, and then the wire is this floral wire. Once again, it's inexpensive wire. This is like $2 or $3, and then I made a loop at the end, jewelry style, but it's real crafty. It's real amateurish, and I made these beads, and they're good to dangle off of your keys. They feel good. And here's another one. And this is a paper bead. It was probably Tyvek. It looks like it's charred. And then I wrapped a piece of paper around it on the outside. And then there's beads on the ends, cat beads. And then I've got some red wire and did seed beads and randomly wrapped it around that bead. I created it. But I got the ideas off of the internet. None of these were my ideas. I mean, I made them, but they're, you make it your own when you put your own twisted wire on it. You make it your own. It's your own art. But I got the ideas of them off of the internet, how to decoupage them and do how to do the wiring and some of the ends. And I've got here's another one. It's a Tyvek bead, and it was made out of one of those envelopes I showed you earlier. And I melted it on a candle, and then I stuck a wire in it, through it, and put a gold cap bead on each end, and then I wrapped red beads around it, and I put a little piece of paper around it with little words on it. Just a strip of something from a magazine, and then I wrapped the red wire and the red beads around it, and it looks kind of Christmassy, but it's hobo-y, bohemian, homemade. Hi, Susan. Hi, guys coming in. Seed or petite beads. Yeah, these are little seed beads, real tiny little seed beads wrapped around it on the red wire. And I've got a little kit up here. I did buy some wire in a kit, and there's some green and some hot pink and some brown wire. So you can buy the colored wire. And then I bought these two floral wires at the floral department at either Walmart or Michael's. And it's not, you get a whole lot of it. And I also did at Christmas time, I make garland, bead garland. And the next time I get Christmas stuff out, I'll show you some of the garlands I've made out of that. And use red and green Christmas color beads on it. It's cute. And then it's fun to lay it like on top of a mantle. And the wire is kind of lopsided and wavy, and it's just laying up there with the beads, and they sparkle with the lights and stuff. Okay. Okay, Susan. Susan's into making jewelry. Okay. And most of the things I make are bracelets. I don't do a whole lot of other jewelry, but I like doing things like this, and I like using beads in my crafts on my cards. Some of my favorite things to do. But paper beads are fun. And this little box in here is just lots of little notions and things in here. Here's another one of those Tyvek beads. I made the Tyvek bead out of the envelope, melted it on a candle, then I wrapped wire and gold beads around it. And it would be cool looking on your key ring. So that's about it. I mean, there's more down in here. And there's 100 ways you could decorate them. And this one's got a little flower wrapped around it, and just some sewing thread. Different color fabrics. Yeah, you can use any kind of a tube, straw, coffee stir. Yeah, anything hollow. I like coffee stirs. I got a whole bag of those around here somewhere. Oh, here's some more beads. Hobo beads. Now these are Tyvek here. There's some more Tyveks in here. This is made out of clay, and it was gifted to me. It's a piece of clay, polymer clay. But here's some more beads. So you could, it's endless possibilities of how you can make your beads. Now this is just a wooden bead, a long wooden red bead with green wire, red beads and green wire. You know, Christmassy looking. So they're fun to make. I just like making crafty things. And I've already showed you my pottery beads. Did everybody see my pottery beads? And I made them and fired them and everything with the kiln. Yeah, Violet, you need to come to my house and play. Ink pens apart. Yeah. That's a good idea. You could save your old ink pens, but I don't go to that much trouble. I bought a package of straws. Here's some paper straws that I made. I keep straws in my cans, and I thought I had some stirrers. But these are paper straws out of magazines. So you can make a straw. But I had some I think I used them in a Tanya was making a craft one day with straws, and I think that's what I used them for. But I got them over there in the closet. I've got other straws. Oh, here's one. I had a whole bag of these, and there was 100 in a bag. So, one straw will make 5 beads. But this is about the size of a, here they all are. This is the size of a ink pen almost. And these are coffee straws, coffee stir straws. And they're real cheap. And this is a regular drinking straw. And then these are magazines, and I rolled them up on a skewer. You can use a paintbrush or something real thin. You can even use toothpicks to make a straw. So these would work too. So Cheryl, I'm a beadaholic. You're right. Every one of them are different. When you make your bead, it'll be your bead. But I love these little pink ones. And I'll go get a couple of my bracelets and show you my bracelets. Oh, I'll just bring them all. You guys are okay, go ahead and pick your chin up off of the floor for what you're about to see. Let me put these back up. Pick your chin up off the floor now, girls. I'm giving you fair warning. This is one of those picture frames that you buy at Hobby Lobby, and it's one of those display cabinets, and the door opens up. So I took a paint stick and put it in the back. I put a paint stick back here, and then I put in nails. so I can hang my bracelets up. Yep, we could have a party. So this is part of my personal collection. I know, but I'll just show you a few of them. This is one of my favorites. It's not real turquoise. It's just glass. I couldn't afford the real turquoise. They were like $30 for a strand of beads. But these were glass, so they were close enough for me. Oh, I know. Oh, Vicky's still here. Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to show you my favorite ones. Um, then this one here is a favorite because it's a vintage necklace. It was a vintage black necklace, and they're glass beads with flowers. And you have to roll them around a little bit to get the flower to show. Some of them are plain. I think I've got some plain ones in there too. Every other one. It's every other one is a vintage bead. And it came off of an old necklace that I found at a antique shop. I look for old beads, and it's real pretty on. It's prettier on than it is hanging up. That's a favorite. This one's a favorite. It's also got some old vintage beads in there. It's a glass bead, and it's got kind of a copper, something coppery inside the glass bead um, collar. I've got so much paint on my hands. Get it to focus. There it goes. And it's real pretty on. And those are just cheap glass turquoise beads. They're just cheap seed beads. Okay. Putting it on. Putting it on. You're right. I should have them on every day. I used to, but if I don't go out, I always put one on when I go out. And I love simple things. This is just navy seed beads, and I wear this all the time with blue jeans. And I have them in all colors, blue and pink. That's a blue one. Here's a pink one. And they're just seed beads. And then this is also a vintage bead. It's a pink floral swirly collar bead. See if I can get a picture of it for you. It's pretty on. And I piggyback my beads. There it is. With owls. I piggyback my beads with two together, and I just wrap them around and around until they fit me. I do that all the time. And they're just simple bracelets. Thank you, Mina. It's just simple bracelets. Yeah. Yeah, I like the turquoise and the blues. And I made this one last year. This one's a fairly new one. These beads came from Michael's, and they were seahorses. And it's a purpley bead. shades of purple. Yeah, that's about all I do. I do blessing bracelets. And this is another one of my favorites. And it's a flowering bead. It's got like a rose in the middle of it. And it's real pretty. And it's a golden yellow. It looks good in the fall. And this bracelet is the culprit. This is the culprit. This was the very first bracelet that my girlfriend gave me that got me started making bracelets. This was the very first one. And her name is Shelly, and she's the one who got me started making bracelets. And she taught me how to do it. No, these are wire. Everything's findings. They're wire, and everything's metal wire, and it's not nothing is. There's no real silver. Very little real silver. It's all the the cheap things that you buy, and Hobby Lobby is most of where the seed things come from, the seed beads and the findings. And I get a lot of stuff online, eBay, and I go to flea markets and find jewelry and find beads. And yeah, this is the has a religious meaning of all of the collars in the bracelet. Each collar represents different meanings in the Bible, and the earth and the sun, and the uh, the red one and the black one is having to do with Jesus. Salvation bracelets, I think is what they call them. But this was my very first bracelet that Shelly made me and gave to me, and then there I started everything. So I got a lot of these are old beads. These are all from an old necklace that I found. It was a broken necklace from the flea market. These are very, very old. These oval ones. Joe just came home. And then the colored beads, I think they're old too. I found them at the flea market, and they're odd shapes and sizes. So none of them are the same size. And I love it. I wear this one all the time. And this one came from an old necklace, broken necklace. These black beads. No, they didn't. These are new. These are new beads, and it was a mix. I think I got them at Walmart. It was a mixture of black beads. These were new beads, but they're popular. I wear these a lot. This one a lot too. Hi, Joe.
Ah, oh my God.
Joe just come home.
Oh, look at the junk she's got.
Junk. None of this is junk.
Mm.
He thinks it's all junk. This bracelet is a modern bracelet. I bought these beads, um, I think at a a craft event, and they're homemade beads with the dots on them. They all have little like oh shoot, there's a name for them. But these are handmade beads, and and these are just some silver charms that I got at
That's a good picture right there. Yeah.
Hobby Lobby and Michaels and the Walmart. But these are homemade beads. Somebody had to make each individual bead to make those. And I do have a bead kit to make lamp work is what I'm trying to think of. Thank you. You're right. Uh, you said, Joe, you said junk, and Susan fell out of her chair.
Oh, she's a junk journal.
But these are newer modern beads, but somebody had to make those. And I bet you, if I could guess, I bet Tanya could make these.
The glass?
Mm-hmm. And I have a glass making kit that I bought at Hobby Lobby 15 years ago. And it's got all the glass rods in it. I've got the torch and everything to make the beads. But I haven't done it yet. And this here, I'll have this all tore up here in a minute. I guess I'll have to wait to get to it.
I got something to show you.
All right, Joe, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to show you something. Tell me what you girls think about this.
Just a second.
Get close.
Is it a picture?
Yeah.
That's old. 1800s.
Yeah, I'd say it's 18 something. There's a church. She's sitting on a rock, and there's a church behind her over here on the one side. And that's not the whole picture. This picture's about 18 by 20. And somebody drawed it. It's a drawing of or what they call it.
Well, sometimes you can take pictures and then touch them up with color if it was done in black and white.
Yeah, it's black and white. They were thinking that it was. Anyway, this was behind a mirror.
They had a big yard rummage sale at church today.
And we don't know who sent it. This picture was behind the mirror of this antique mirror frame.
Okay, now this particular piece here, oops, my battery just went dead. Can be worn as a necklace, or it can be worn as a wraparound. And I wear it as a wraparound. And I go around my wrist until I can't go anymore, and then I hook it. It's got a toggle. So this was fun to make, and it's got just a variety of small black beads. And these are square beads. You can see they're square glass beads. And you can tell if it's glass or plastic because glass will be cool to touch. And all of these are glass. So as you can see, these are a lot of my beads. Now these green ones are new, but they're vintage. The green one's got a gold paint strap around them. And this is a plastic bead, believe it or not, with gold on it. And it was just in a mixed package of beads that I got at this Walmart or something. And then these are just glass. These are glass drop beads. But the green ones are really old. They're vintage. But they were new when I put them on here. So that's a pretty Christmas bracelet there. And this one is a vintage white necklace. They're milk white, and they have little dimples on them. And when I got the necklace, it was so dirty and black. But I knew it was cold. I knew they were cold, so I knew they were glass. And I got the old broken necklace, and then I took them apart. And then these are newer beads. But those are vintage. And of course, nobody would know it except me, you know. But that's pretty with a red and white outfit. What have you got?
25 cents.
25 cents. Half price, half price, half price. He got it for 25 cents. That's what I've got the cat tags in. A notebook like that.
I know it's a little one. It's kind of neat.
Thank you, honey.
Kind of neat.
He's always bringing me something home. And then there's a couple of bracelets here with the flat pearl. These are shell beads, and they're new. They're not old, but they're pretty because they're flat and they feel good on your wrist. But it's like a pearl or a shell. I think they're made out of shell. But I'll make a bunch for Christmas or holiday and take them over to my mom's, and then when everybody comes over to eat, everybody gets a bracelet. That's what I do. And then that was most of them. These are opal, pink opals, stone beads. These are pretty beads. Real pale pink. And that's the most of them, you know. And I come across beads at the flea market, and this came off of an old necklace. And I had a blouse. I don't have it anymore, but these colors matched the blouse perfectly. And I need to take it apart and put it with another bracelet or another outfit. A lot of times I'll just take my shirts off, and pile them up and make bracelets to match each shirt because I can. These are vintage beads. These brown beads, these chocolate brown beads are from an old vintage necklace that I bought at a vintage antique shop, and I took it apart and made the brown bracelet. Let me see if I can't get a better picture of it. And this is real pretty on. It's got a lot of shades of browns. But I'm the only one that knows that where the beads came from, and that they're vintage. But I wear this one a lot too. And this one here is these are stone beads. These are new, but they're made out of some kind of stone, and like a marble stone. You can see the striations in them. And I wear this one and the brown one together all the time. And that's really, most of them. I bought these beads, I think, at a flea market, and they're cobalt blue. They look good with, it looks good with blue jeans. And this is just one box. So that's some of my beads. So what do y'all think about that? Oh, a bead? Oh, probably a half hour. Well, I get my card table out, and I've got a bead tray, and there's like three lines on the tray, so I can make three bracelets at a time.
I took one to your mom, but she said she didn't want it because she already had one in the refrigerator.
Here's what the boys did today. The men had a barbecue chicken dinner at church, and this is mine. Gonna be eating good tonight. Thanks, honey. It's dripping.
I got yours.
Well, that box, I hang it. It's in my bedroom behind my door. I've got three boxes, different sizes. That's the big one, and then I've got a smaller, thin one, and then I've got a bigger one, and it's those frames from Hobby Lobby to display things in, and I put tacks and things in them to hang my jewelry in. The beads get a bad rap. Oh, they're usually glass, soap and water. If they're dirty, I will put them in a bowl and just put them in good hot soapy water. If they're glass, usually glass beads, and if you need to, maybe a little bit of a toothbrush or something, or I just soap and water them, and then I put them on a towel and roll them till they come clean. I know you're trying to be funny, Cheryl. The beads get a bad rap. Is that like wrap around my wrist? Ha ha, I think. I haven't either, Susan. I'm gonna get off here and go eat. Yes, it's corny. I know. I love corny. I love corny jokes. But anyway, um, we can sit and make. I can sit here and make beads show you how I make beads, bracelets. But I usually do wire, and I do have. I used to go to the nursing home with my. I call them kid beads, the juvenile beads. Uh, I would I'd save my glass beads. I couldn't take them my good beads, but I could take them the crafty beads and the plastic beads and the beads that had bigger holes. And I'd take them to the nursing home, and I would get that stretchy elastic cord, and I would tie a pony bead on one end and then have a piece of string for them. And then I'd take the other string and I'd put some glue on the end of it and make it a hard point. The glue would dry hard, and that would be their little needle. And they could sit there and string beads all day long. They loved it. They loved making bracelets. And then I would go around the tables and I'd start tying knots for them. I'd tie the knots for them. And then I would drop a little drop of glue on the knot so that it wouldn't accidentally break and there would be beads all over the floor. So I'd fix their bracelets up for them, and they loved their bracelets. That was one craft I repeated 2 or 3 times. I went to the nursing home for 5 years, and I very rarely repeated a craft, but I did repeat the beads. They loved doing beads. Even the men, they like to string beads. The men, I had a couple of men that were in my craft room at the nursing home, and they would make their bracelets and they would give them to the nurses. But they like to do crafts. Yep, it was an assisted living, and there were 36 residents that lived there, and I always had 15, 20 people come back every time I did crafts. Cheryl, it was the right joke at the right time. You couldn't pass it up. It was perfect. But anyway, I started doing bracelets, and uh, I started making them for a charity event, and I had a girlfriend that was um, raising money to go on a mission trip, and um, I raised like $500 for her selling bracelets, and I gave her the money to go on a mission trip. You can't stop laughing. But anyway, that's a wrap for today. I'm going to get off here. I've been on for a while, and it was fun. So I got five painting papers done, or I think I got 5 of these done up. Let's count them. Stamps. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got more. 5, 6. I got 7 of these done. I can stick these in my Happy Mail bag. Happy Mail to use. Or no, Happy Mail to give. Happy Mail to give away. Definitely give those away. This is Happy Mail that I've received, and I'm going to make things out of them, put them in my art journals and stuff. So that was fun. Homemade potato salad. So thanks everybody for coming in. There's 19 of y'all still in here, so I hope y'all enjoyed it, and just tell me what you want to do next. You're welcome, Susan. And I got to go out and get the mail and see if I got any more napkins coming in. I'm waiting on 4 more. I got 4 more napkins to come in, and I've got their napkins already over here set out to go, and then I can put all my napkins away. But thanks for hanging out with me this afternoon. Yeah, it'll be nice, and it'll be nice in some Happy Mail. So thanks, guys. Have a great rest of the day. Have a good weekend. I'll probably see you tomorrow in Tanya's craft tomorrow. Thank you, Cheryl. I love you all too. Really, I do. I love coming on, playing, showing, and sharing, and teaching, and making it making your all's day a good day. Thank you, Mina. So until we meet again, probably tomorrow. And I don't know if anybody's coming on tonight or not, but Joe and I think we're going to do something. So I'll probably see y'all tomorrow. Okay, guys. Till we do it again, we'll do it again. There's your goodbye saying. May you love all the days of your life. Those are our hands. Those are all of our hands. Okay, guys.